Hello everyone, welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. Here we are with yet another exercise of passage solving. Today's passage is based on a very relevant and something that people have been talking about in various newspapers. The scope of approval voting in India. What is it? The passage is based on it. It's a very relevant piece of information for your CLAT. So make sure that you are, focused in the passage. If there is a chance that you don't really understand and wish to investigate further, you can read the editorial, read the information that is provided on Google regarding this. Okay, don't go for sources which may, give you wrong information. So blog.ipleaders is not an authentic source. I don't consider it an authentic source. So you can read it maybe from Drishti IAS or IAS Parliament or Civil Services Daily, something like that. Right, so they would provide you with accurate information. Now, before we move forward, you should know that we have an All India Open Mock starting from 22nd September. It has been on the go, still continue. It will start tomorrow, actually, not on the go. It will start tomorrow, will continue till 1st of October. Again, an opportunity provided to you free of cost to compete with students from all over the country. These students are going to be your competitors in an actual exam also. So where do you stand when you sit with these peers and write an actual examination? आपके प्रिपरेशन का लेवल क्या है? जो लेवल आपने खुद को दे रखा है, क्या वही लेवल है? बाकी बच्चों के साथ ऑल ओवर इंडिया जब एक्चुअल कंपटीशन होता है तो आपका क्या परफॉर्मेंस रहता है? इन सारी चीज़ों को डिटरमाइन करने के लिए बहुत ज़रूरी है कि आप ये मॉक दें. ये मॉक आपसे कुछ चार्ज नहीं कर रहा, आपको सिर्फ प्रोवाइड कर रहा है. तो इसमें बस रजिस्टर करना है और इसमें अप्लाई करना है, इसको देना है, अपने स्कोर को एनालाइज करना है, राइट? एंड ऑब्वियसली वी वुड बी प्रोवाइडिंग यू विद एन एनालिसिस दैट कैन हेल्प यू वेयर यू वेंट रॉन्ग. So also we have a workshop on 24th September, this Sunday, and it is based on how to get an NLU call in CLAT 25. So the students who are preparing for CLAT 25, this workshop is for them, right? To make sure that the entire year and a half that they have been preparing for does not go to a total waste is something that would that this workshop would guide you upon. 1.5 साल से जो बच्चे प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, कोर्सेज को सब्सक्राइब कर चुके हैं, 2 सालों से प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं, 2025 में एग्जाम देंगे, तो उनके एग्जाम या उनके क्वालिफिकेशन को किस तरह से वो इंश्योर कर सकते हैं, क्या क्या गलतियां हैं जो वो अवॉइड कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि अभी भी टाइम है, 1 साल से ऊपर है, राइट? तो अपने क्लैट क्वालिफिकेशन को या बाकी किसी भी लॉ एंट्रेंस को पूरी तरह से सॉलिडिफाई करने के लिए अपनी प्रिपरेशन को एकदम बिना लूप होल के रखने के लिए ज़रूरी है कि आप ये वर्कशॉप अटेंड करें. सो दिस इज अवेलेबल फॉर ऑल द स्टूडेंट्स हु आर टेकिंग CLAT 25. Now the passage, please be focused, don't get distracted. Let's start. Are we done? Let me know when we are done. I shall move forward. There is an example too. Yeah. Moving on. This also done. Are we done with this as well? I'm assuming you are. Moving on to the questions. In one of the elections in India, Mr. X, a voter, has a choice to decide of four major parties, several smaller ones. X is supportive of two of the major parties. She casts her vote for two political parties, assuming that approval voting is in practice. Decide whether X's action is justified. Is it? अगर अप्रूवल वोटिंग का सिस्टम इंडिया में चल रहा है और मल्टीपल लोगों को वोट करती है तो क्या ये सिस्टम सही है? Did she do a right thing? The answer is either yes or no. So first you have to decide whether it's yes or no. According to the passage, yes, her action is justified. Right. So Yes, since she is confused about selection. Yes, she thinks the best party shall win. No, since India, no such system is practicable. None of the above. And the correct answer is D. The appropriate answer would be yes, X's action is justified, allows multiple choices in election. What? हाँ, of course. इनमें से कोई भी आंसर सही नहीं है. She is confused about selection. Of course, this is not proper. She thinks the best party shall win. अगर best party सोच रही होती, if she actually wanted the best party should to win, she would not have casted vote to multiple candidates. No तो आंसर हो ही नहीं सकता, because the question is presuming that approval voting is existing. So since none of the answer seems correct, D is the correct option. The appropriate answer is yes, her action is justified since approval voting methodology allows her to cast vote to multiple members of parties or multiple people from different parties. That is what approval voting is. Instead of choosing a party, you choose a candidate. Right? That is what approval voting is. Question number 2. Two major political parties in India, Party A and Party B, are constantly forming and dissolving alliances with smaller parties to gain an electoral advantage. Meanwhile, the approval voting system is adopted and now the parties stop forming alliance to gain electoral advantage. The enactment and introduction of approval voting system is challenged by the members of smaller parties as being against their interest. Decide whether approval voting system is against the interest of smaller parties. Is it? If you have understood the passage, you would be able to answer this question. Yes, since they will not get recognition. Yes, since they will not be able to form government anymore. No, since they will likely win the elections from now on. No, since a vote for Party A is not necessarily a vote denied for Party B. And according to the passage, the correct answer is D. Right? They are not at a disadvantage, because if a person is choosing to vote a member or a candidate that does not belong to that party, it is not that he is denying his vote to another party, right? It is not the conventional system of voting that is being practiced right now. So you vote one candidate, you cannot vote any other candidate. One vote given to a candidate means the other's candidate's vote is completely denied. In the approval voting system, it does not happen. Right? So, of course, the smaller parties definitely would get recognition if their candidate shares an ideology with the voter. So, D is the correct option. Question number 3. In Madhya Pradesh, there is a history of political fragmentation with many parties contesting elections, often leading to vote splitting. In order to resolve this problem, approval voting system was introduced in Madhya Pradesh by the ex-ruling party in 2003. In 2008, when the government changed, it enacted a new law to replace the approval voting system prevalent in Madhya Pradesh with a system where only two parties will be given ticket to contest the elections. The enactment of a new law to replace approval voting system is challenged by the members of various parties as being discriminatory. Whether this new law is against the interest of parties, yes or no? Yes, since it discriminates and violates their right to contest election. Yes, since approval voting system cannot be replaced considering the situation of MP. No, since the government has the discretion to deny tickets to contest elections. No, since the new law is appropriate considering special situation in MP. And the correct answer is A. Right? In order to deal with vote splitting, appropriate mechanism like approval voting is more feasible. तो obviously अगर आप दो पार्टी सिस्टम ले आते हैं, approval voting को खत्म कर देते हैं, मतलब आप दो ही पार्टीज को अलाउ कर रहे हैं कि इलेक्शन वो कंटेस्ट करें, बाकी पार्टीज का क्या? Right? So of course their right to contest election is completely denied and hence A is the correct option. You know about the All India mock question number 4. Voters in India have become increasingly dissatisfied with traditional party politics and are seeking more flexibility in expressing their choices. In a climate of growing dissatisfaction with traditional politics, discuss how introduction of approval voting might encourage more voter participation and engagement in the electoral process. And the correct option. These are the options. Approval voting would discourage voter participation due to its complexity. Approval voting would lead to a fewer choices for voters, reducing engagement. Approval voting would provide voters with a simpler and more flexible way to express their preferences, would require voters to rank all the candidates, making the process cumbersome. And the correct answer to this is C. It is easy and simple for the average Indian to just tick all the parties, right? And to potentially increase engagement. Obviously, a voter would be more interested if he has multiple parties and multiple candidates to choose from simultaneously, right? It makes it all the more interesting. So C is the correct option. Moving on, question number 5. Everyone understands that we have launched crash courses, test series and everything. Now for 2024 students, or the students who are going to take CLAT 2024, they might not be inclined to join a comprehensive course. But we have crash courses that are available. If you still decide, there is time, about 2 months. So you can still make a decision. आप एक speedy manner में अपनी preparation को advance कर सकते हैं. But if that is not an option that you are seeking right now, test series is a very important thing right now. So you can become a part of the test series. It gives you an unlimited access to various mocks, both CLAT and non-CLAT, and unlimited access to over 10,000 questions that are available in the repository of BYJU'S Exam Prep app, and of course audio video solutions to every mock that you are going to take to help you understand and analyze those mocks better. Now, in order to decide whether or not you want to avail the test series, you can just log into the app, download the app, log into it, and avail a trial period for 3 days, free of cost. Okay. Question number 5. According to the passage, why is the proliferation of political parties in India seen as a reflection of the need for representation in the country's diverse society? Because India has a history of political fragmentation, approval voting is well suited for India's diverse political landscape. Traditional FPTP voting is preferred by Indian voters. India lacks established political parties. And the correct answer to this is? The correct answer to this is A. It is India is an extremely diverse society, and there has been a history of political fragmentation, right? Diversity की वजह से लोगों को alignment जो है वो generally अपनी culture, heritage, language या इस तरह के किसी पैरामीटर पे चला जाता है, और जो भी पार्टी इस पर्टिकुलर पैरामीटर को रिप्रेजेंट कर रही होती है, लोग उसी की तरफ पहुंच जाते हैं. तो इसलिए मल्टीपल पार्टी रूल, पॉलिटिकल फ्रैगमेंटेशन, एक स्टेट में कुछ आइडियोलॉजी है, दूसरी स्टेट में कुछ आइडियोलॉजी, ये सब चल रहा होता है. एक यूनिटी नहीं आ पाती, जो कि एक्चुअली आनी चाहिए कंसिडरिंग द डिवर्स सिचुएशन. Right, so that is the problem. In an extremely diverse society such as in India, hundreds of political parties is the reflection that we are in need of a proper consolidated representation. Right, so that's it for today, guys. These are 5 questions that we are going to do. This is an important passage and an important concept. If you have not understood it, you can read it online, or if you don't understand it at all, I would take a session provided that I get an appropriate engagement and an interest from you. Right, so I shall see you again very soon. तब तक सब अपना ख्याल रखें. ये open mock को ज़रूर attend करना है किसी भी situation में. You cannot leave it, you cannot ignore it. Make sure that you are a participant. Make sure that you are part of the analysis that we conduct later on. And that's all. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much.